Ice here.
Girls, thank you so much for coming. God bless you. We are doing Parashat Balak this week, and I want to speak about something interesting. In Parashat Balak, there is this king of Moab that wants to conquer Israel. So he hires Bilam. Bilam was a prophet, a Gentile prophet. He hires him, you know what to do? To curse Am Yisrael, so that they won't be able to conquer his country. And he wants to do something spiritually bad to them. So when it says that when Bilam looks at the nation, he wanted to put an evil eye on them, Ain Hara. He saw at the nation, he looked at them, at the Jewish nation. What did he see? What did he see? He saw that all of them, everyone is sitting in their tents on their own. Their opening of the tents are not opposite each other, are not against each other, so they don't really see what happens in each and every house. And that's something beautiful. He saw it and he was amazed. How pure is the Jewish people? How good they are. I want to explain, I want to speak about this concept. What does it mean not to look at the window of the other? Not to see in what they have in their house. When we are exposing ourselves to other people, when we show all whatever we have to other people, let other people see, watch, observe all whatever we have, in a way we bring to ourselves Ain Hara. It's not good. כתוב, אין הברכה שורה אלא בדבר הסמוי מן העין. If you want a blessing, don't expose. Don't tell everyone, I have $1 million in the bank. Of course not. Don't expose your body. Don't expose your intimate feelings, emotions. Don't expose yourself to other people. It's not good. Today we have the social networks, which is very, very challenging to a lot of people, because the social networks, basically people post all whatever they do, or whatever they go, where they go to this amazing vacation. Or she bought this, special kitchen that she did, the smart modern house that they renovated. Or whatever, some exquisite and delicious and very, very expensive food that they went to this and this restaurant. Everything they post online, and people watch it through Facebook, or Instagram, or TikTok, or whatever, name it. And when everything is there, out there, we are exposing ourselves. It's not good. Research that they have done already in 2009 showed that there is a linkage between people watching, seeing, posting all those stuff in the social networks, and all kind of jealousy and negative feelings that are inside the house. Couples between themselves have a lot of stress between themselves. See how they renovated, see what they did, how he bought her this and this ring, and this and this jewelry, and they went on vacation here and over there. What about us? The guy from the other side wants his wife to look slim and beautiful. And because he sees this woman and he sees that woman, and again, it brings a lot of stress inside the house. So, how can we fight against this kind of stuff? So, number one, as I told you, it brings all kind of unrealistic expectation for one another. Okay, she wants more money to expend, to have more expenses, to buy this thing and to buy that thing. He wants her this and that, whatever. And it makes us sometimes to be a very, very close kind of inspectors on your spouse. Where did he surf in these social networks? Who is his friends? You know, who is he watching? What is he doing? Who is in touch with? It's not healthy relationship where you keep following him constantly because you're jealous or you want to see what's happening, or if he is watching you in such a jealousing way. Also, it enables sometimes the spouse to avoid himself from all kind of responsibilities, and in a way, I'm not talking about cheating, but even mentally, he's not there with his wife anymore, or she's not with her husband anymore when she posts everything and she exposes her most intimate feelings, emotions to somebody else. It takes her focus from her husband. Instead, she's in touch with somebody else, even though naturally she didn't do anything wrong, okay? But still, it's bad. It's not good. You're not thinking of your husband anymore. You're distancing from him. You think about another person. Sometimes people post all kind of pictures. It starts from a simple, not harmful relationship at all, and then it gets into there somehow. They speak till the wee hours of the night, all kind of conversations, all kind of things, and it may not be appropriate here and there, right? So this is something that people can get into because they think, what could get wrong with this? And so what we have to do is just to consider, think about this a little bit. Before posting something, think twice. Do I want this to see? You don't know who's watching it out there. You don't know who's seeing it. All kind of people, and even if you want to erase it after a while, whatever you posted, it's already there. You don't know who's going to take advantage of this, who saw it already. It can bring so much damage to you and to your family, and you will regret it. That you started, that you did this. It's not a good idea. So think another time, a few times before you really want to post anything. And think and talk in between you, like what's our limits, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. So ask a few questions to each other. What do you think is an inappropriate behavior in the social network, in this and this social network, or what we are not allowed absolutely to post? What do we think is out of the question? We can't really put this on. How do you behave in whenever people post stuff to have likes, so people will respond for them, and people will tag them and all this. What do you do with this? And how long you should really invest in building your profile, or spending, how much time during the day you should really spend in this networks, because if it takes too much time, you don't have time to cook afterwards, you don't have time to exercise afterwards, you don't have time to do the real stuff that you really need to do, because you're busy watching what other people are doing, So this is something that I wanted to mention today. Yeah, the windows are not really opposite one another, but again, we expose people by the fact that we let them in our houses as people post all kind of stuff in the social networks. So we're speaking, what he saw? He saw Matovu Yaakov, he said, or Alecha Israel. I love the fact that Jewish people are so modest. Modest. We're talking a little bit about modesty. It's the month of the summer, it's hot, and people want to wear less and less. And so I want to tell you, I heard such a strong story about modesty. Whoa, I really kept it for a special shiur to say this story. A girl finished seminary, was religious, but from some reason decided she had bad friends, she started to go out of the way, and she had all kind of influence, and she stopped wearing tzenua, and she stopped keeping certain mitzvot, eventually didn't keep Shabbat even afterwards. She became secular, not religious anymore. Few years passed, and then one of her former teachers saw her in an event and she was wearing tzanua. And she's like, what happened to her? What exactly happened? She said they had a nice talk, and she asked her, did you become Chazor B'Tshuva? What exactly happened? She said, I decided to wear tzanua. Why? What was the reason that you decided to wear modest? She says, I'll tell you something that I went through, and it shook me to the core. What did you go through? She said, she lives in Israel. I was witness to a terror attack. And lo aleinu, the terrorist was able to shoot 2 people next to me, and nothing happened to me. And then she went to that funeral of these 2 people, and she heard over there, somebody said that people who die on Kiddush Hashem, meaning a terrorist killed them, or they were killed because they're Jewish, they don't take off their clothing, wash them like they do to other people, to other dead people. They bury them with their clothing, with their bloody clothing. Why? Also in their grave we write Hashem Yikom Damo, or Hashem Yikom Damam. Hashem should avenge of their death, the way that they were killed. Because in a way it reminds Hashem all the time when somebody is buried with his clothing that this person died in such a way, because he's Jewish, and Hashem should avenge on that. So they're buried with their bloody clothing. So she was thinking about it. She came home, she was devastated. She went through this, she saw it next to her eyes. And she was thinking, and she said, if I'll go to heaven, who am I going to meet now over there? Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, Avet, Mashiach, Moshe Rabbeinu, King David, Yosef HaTzadik, who am I going to meet over there? And I would be so embarrassed if they would see me with my clothing, if this terrorist would, God forbid, kill me, with my clothing. What did she wear? She was wearing strap, tank top, shorts. With this, I would appear next to these righteous people. She would be embarrassed like I don't know what. She decided from that day on to wear normal, not to expose herself so much, because she understood in a perspective of time, and you go a little bit far from your situation, from where you are, you understand what's your responsibility, where you are, what you're supposed to do, what are you representing in this world. So she decided to wear tzanua. And that was a very, very strong thing that I saw. I liked it so much. Another woman, in Israel, there's so many stories like that. A woman, by mistake, the waist, she put the waist on, and this waist, sorry. And this waist,
Charger for my phone. Where's my phone?
So this woman, she put the waist on. She went to Jerusalem, and this waist took her to a close Arab village, very, very anti-Israel, and she was so scared. She didn't know what to do with herself. She's praying, Hashem, please save me, please save me, please save me. And a few Arab guys, they see her, that she's in distress. They see a religious woman that was wearing a mitpacha. And they try to make her go this way and try to make her go even more into the village, not be able to get out. And she asking Hashem to help her, and she doesn't know what to do. And then she was thinking, so what did I do today wrong? Something went wrong. What did I do today that it happened to me? As she's driving, she's thinking like that. And she thought, and she remembered that today she had a very, very important meeting. And for the meeting, she was wearing a special dress that had a very big opening. Okay, it wasn't so closed. And she said to herself, I should really close it. Why did I go this way? I'm going to get home, and Bezat Hashem, I'm going to take a needle and a thread, I'm going to fix it. She said to herself. And now she remembers it, and she says to herself, Hashem, please, I will do it. The minute I get home, I'll do it. please, with the merit of this mitzvah, please help me. At that split moment, a big truck came by. These people are chasing her. A big truck came by, and with him, she was kind of behind. She was in this side. The truck was here. She was on the right side. She was able to make a speed and get away with the truck. They couldn't really follow her so much, and she, from some reason, didn't listen to the ways anymore. She did whatever she thought she's supposed to do, and she got out of this village. Baruch Hashem. She said to herself, "I took upon myself some tzniut, and Baruch Hashem, now I'm going to be more on top of this. Now I'm going to make sure that Bezrat Hashem, everything should be always closed and okay." Few stories about tzniut. Also, we don't sometimes realize how it affects other people. Last story about tzniut, we'll go to something else. A group of girls, it was about 10 to 12 years ago, this story, a group of girls, ninth grade girls went to a water park. And they were waiting for this trip for a long time from their school. And Baruch Hashem, it was the time, and they all went to this bus, and they were so happy and excited. As they got to this park, they saw from the outside all these women go up and down the slides, slides with water. It's a water park. And they thought, if people from the road can see those girls, these women, it was separate, it wasn't men in there, but still it's not nice when people from the outside see how you go down the slides and the bathing suits and whatever. So they didn't want to go into that water park. The driver didn't understand. He wasn't religious. He didn't understand. Hello, you came all the way over here, 1 hour and a half drive. Now you don't want to get in? They say, no, we don't think it's for us. Little girls, 9th grade. He was so impressed. He went home and he told his daughter, he also had a daughter, that what happened to me today? Those girls, they want to get into the park, and they wanted me to take them back to school. They started to inquire, to ask about this. They didn't know, they were far, they were not religious. They started to ask, and slowly, with questions, with answers, with asking this one and asking that one, slowly, they started to be more on top of Judaism, light candles for Shabbat. I don't say that they became religious, but they became a little bit more observing. Why? They saw somebody else acting in a nice way of Kiddush Hashem, thinking, is it responsible? Is it good? Is it appropriate for us to do it or not? Affected other people. They didn't even know that it affected this driver. Okay, this is the girl of the driver tells after 10 years that something what happened. I'm just saying, sometimes we do certain things and we don't know how it affects our family, our friends, our neighbors. Beautiful, beautiful thing. I want to tell you a nice story. So, but Bilam is trying to curse the people, right? He looked at them in a bad eye. We know what's a bad eye. But what is a good eye? What is a good eye? What is the opposite? How can we look at things in a positive way? Look at this story. Beautiful story. A person just finished college and he wanted to be a salesman. So he has an interview to a company that sells the most refrigerators in America. Give me a company of Frigidaire. Great. So he was interviewed and he says, I want to be a salesman and I want to sales. They said we don't need a salesman at the moment. We have salesmen all over the United States, all over America if you want, all over the world. He says, but I can be. He was very energetic. He had a lot of ambitions. He said, but I can help you. I can prove you. And the guy says, we don't need a salesman. We need, and he insisted, please let me try. Let me show myself. Let me prove that I can do it. So he gives him a big map. He says, look, we have salesmen all over. You see all these points that we put over here? They're all over. We don't need you. He was looking at the map and he saw that in one place there was no salesman. You know where? In Antarctica. You know why? Because you don't need refrigerators in Antarctica. Antarctica is icy, cold weather. You don't need a refrigerator there. He said, I could go there. said, what are you going to do there? What? You're going to sell ice to the Eskimos? What are you going to do there? Let me prove myself. Okay. So they gave him all the papers, all the receipts. They gave him brochures. They gave him all whatever he needs for this selling, to be a good salesman there. And he traveled there. They wait 1 week. They wait 2 weeks. After 3 weeks, they start to get orders from Antarctica. How was he able to do it? Hello? So they thought, okay, it's a temporary, soon it's going to be ending, and no. He had more people ordering from him, and more people ordering from him, and more people ordering from him. Couldn't believe it. He called him to his office. He said, I want to ask you, what's your success? We never sold so many refrigerators, definitely not in Antarctica. Who lives over there? He says, yes, there's enough people living over here. But how you were able to do this success? He said, let me tell you my secret. Usually, refrigerators, what are they made for? To keep the food cold, right? I represented them something else. It is colder. It's minus 20, minus, I don't know how many degrees over there, right? It's very, very cold. They don't need a refrigerator. I told them, in the refrigerators, it's usually about 0 or minus 2 Fahrenheit, the temperature inside. This is to keep your food warm. So much warmer than the outside. He represented this as something that warms food naturally. And they wanted to buy, of course, we need it for our fruits or vegetables, I don't know, whatever, meat or whatever. He was able to sell. Why? Because he got out of the box and he saw in a positive way, how can I take advantage of this situation, right? This is something that we have to learn. Every situation Hashem puts you on, and we go through all kind of troubles. We go through all kind of challenges. How do you make a lemonade from a lemon? Okay, I think that Batia here, Baruch Hashem, learned how to live life in a way that she sees good in everything. She doesn't have family here, but she created so much family here, Baruch Hashem. You're all her friends and neighbors and everything. And we bless Batia Bezat Hashem. It's her birthday. It's a great day. Why? It's a day that, especially in Judaism, the luck of the person increases in that day, becomes very, very high. So this is the time that she could look at the back and look at the future. What have she already gained, prepared, did, achieved, okay? And what she could still do for the future. And this is what we have to learn. A birthday is like a mini Rosh Hashanah for each and every one of us. What did we receive till now? What did we do with the blessing that Hashem bestowed on us? And what we could still achieve? How kind we could be to other people? How we can teach? How we could help, inspire people, and so on and so on. So we bless everyone, Bezat Hashem, with seeing the fruits of your labor, Bezat Hashem. See the nachat of your kids, Bezat Hashem. A lot of ahava ve'achva, shalom ve'ra'ut in your houses, Bezat Hashem. וכן יהיה רצון לומר, Amen. God bless you. Thank you so much.